ASN TV. Today we have a very special guest from the States. He's one of the biggest Asian DJs in the entire world. Let me introduce you to Steve Aoki. Hi, welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
So how are you?
What time is it now? It's 4 in the morning.
4:30.
4:30 in the morning. I just played 2 shows in Holland at Extrema Festival, and then raced here for the big Afrojack party. And you know, he's my homeboy. We're gonna release a big single next week called No Beef. And yeah, I'm on no sleep right now, but I'm hanging in there.
Tell us a little bit about your roots.
I grew up I was born in Miami. I grew up in Newport Beach, California. So my whole life I've been living in Southern California. And you know, I was a punk kid. That was my first introduction to music, was punk and hardcore. And that like taught me the whole DIY lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And with that DIY lifestyle, it was basically I knew I had tools in order to do anything I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So by the time I was 16, I learned every instrument. By the time I was 19, I started a record label, which is Dimmak. I've been doing it for 15 years. And you know, by that time I was already in bands. And by the time I was 25, advancing through, you know, the evolution of being a punk rock kid to, you know, starting to get into dance music. 2005 I started producing music, and by 2007 I was already touring around the world. So and then 4 years later from there here I am.
Mm-hmm. In Amsterdam with me.
In Amsterdam with my Asian people.
You're a DJ, you produce your own music, you do remixes for a lot of artists such as Snoop Dogg, Drake, Roman Thicke, just to name a few. How would you describe your music style?
Well, I mean, my roots definitely come into the production, mm-hmm. But not always. I love all kinds of music, you know. If you look at the evolution of just my label alone, Dimmak, we've put out 6 really separate different kinds of genres of music throughout the 15 years. Folk music, mm-hmm. We put out indie, emo, hardcore, you know, electronic, obviously, post-punk, and
I even heard a little bit of dubstep tonight.
Yeah, and like, you know, we're putting out some dubstep now. And it's more or less like you take from your environment, and that's the great thing about working with different producers. You learn from them, and you create new lanes, avenues of production. Working with Nick Afrojack, he's one of my best friends, and he's a incredible producer, if not one of the best producers I've ever worked with. And you know, he's taught me a lot. Same with Laidback Luke, one of your own. Mm-hmm. You know, he's Asian.
Half Asian.
He's half Asian and he's Dutch, so that's dope. That's like, you know,
the best combination ever, right?
And he's an incredible guy. He's a fucking great guy, and great producer. Mm-hmm. And yeah, at the end of the day, I personally want to surround myself with good people and doing great things.
So you have your record label, Dimmak Records, and your clothing line, Dimmak Clothing. So what inspired you to use that name?
Dimmak was a name I named my label Dimmak when I was 19. So at that time, and still to this day, Bruce Lee has been the biggest inspiration throughout my entire life. So I had to like think of some clever way to attach Bruce Lee to, you know, this new company I was gonna do. So you know, he was known to harness the Dimmak, which is a touch of death. Mm-hmm. And there was like this mystery of how he died, and a lot of the mystery points to the Dimmak, that he was killed. So it's kind of interesting. The clothing line is actually launching next year. We're showing our entire range. We're making denim, we're doing outerwear, we're doing some leathers, obviously our t-shirts, accessories. We're launching our entire brand, a range, coming out in January. We're launching in January, coming out fall winter 2012. So, you know, for the last 5 years, we've been a T-shirt company. We've gone in like over 100 stores across the world, and now we are a clothing apparel range. We have a full range, so we're really excited to show that.
What do you think about the Asian representation in the entertainment business?
Well, I think it's incredibly important. You know, it's like growing up, there isn't that many Asian role models, especially in America. So, and the few that you have out there, they aren't like out there. You know, you have like Taboo from the Black Eyed Peas. He's like more in the background. You have Chad Hugo from the Neptunes. He's kind of more in the background. You have like Jet Li, who's kind of international, but he's pigeonholed with martial arts. You have like the martial arts guys that are kind of like stuck in that world, but they're the kings, right? But the one guy, and I always say this, the one guy that kind of crossed every, like, culturally, philosophically, is fucking good looking, you know, and he was badass, and he was really fucking intelligent. Sorry for cursing. Was Bruce Lee. Everyone loved this guy. You know, when I grew up, like my black friends, my white friends, my Mexican friends, my, you know, fucking Indian friends, they're all like, yo, Bruce Lee's a shit. Like, everyone loved Bruce Lee. And it was amazing to see that. Like, they don't see it so much because, you know, you don't notice it when you're, you know, but like, of course, when you're like, you like him, he's Asian. That's dope. You know, like, that kind of thing is happening. And it, you know, it's great to see Asian people that are being respected and loved by all kinds of people. So, you know, to push that, to push the empowerment of the Asian community in a positive light in the media is definitely one of my priorities.
Like
too.
Right now, you know, the Far East movement, they're really big worldwide. What do you think about their current success?
Yeah, they're a great example of an Asian success story from America. One of the few, if not only ones I could think of, that is internationally renowned. And that's it's hard to break into that. To be a pop success and be full-blown Asian. Like, you look at them and there's no way that they're fucking as Asian as you can get. They got slanted eyes. They're fucking, they just look Asian. And that is amazing to see that. So, you know, that's important. When I see that they're successful, it makes me happy.
Yeah, it makes you kind of proud to be Asian, right?
Of course, it makes you proud, especially when like all, you know, you wanna make everyone love what we're doing. Continue to spread positive. Yeah, right. You know, as cheesy as that sounds, that's basically what we all want to do. Helemaal los met ASN.